لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونتوب إليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد عباد الله أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله عز وجل فقد فاز المتقون، وأذكركم ونفسي بقول الله تبارك وتعالى يا أيها الذين آمنوا ما لكم إذا قيل لكم انفروا في سبيل الله اثاقلتم إلى الأرض أرضيتم بالحياة الدنيا من الآخرة فما متاع الحياة الدنيا في الآخرة إلا قليل إلا تنفروا يعذبكم عذابا أليما ويستبدل قوما غيركم ولا تضروه شيئا والله على كل شيء قدير إلا تنصروه فقد نصره الله إذ أخرجه الذين كفروا ثاني اثنين إذ هما في الغار إذ يقول لصاحبه لا تحزن إن الله معنا فأنزل الله سكينته عليه وأيده بجنود لم تروها وجعل كلمة الذين كفروا السفلى وكلمة الله هي العليا والله عزيز حكيم. All praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. From the tears of the parents, the fathers and the mothers, and some of them due to not having faith. They are living a life not faith-driven. They come to the decision of ending their own lives. And this is happening in Australia, 21 of them every week. From that tears, we want to talk today about move from your comfort zone if you want to grow. As you know, comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing grows there. We can sit comfortably and choose the easier things in life, but we will never grow. Without jihad, without struggle, we are not getting anywhere. We cannot even leave this dunya in peace. What about making it into Jannah? Jannah is very expensive. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us, since you sign the contract to become a believer, your life is mine, your wealth is mine, and Jannah is yours. Do not cheat in the transaction, in the deal. إن الله اشترى من المؤمنين أنفسهم وأموالهم بأن لهم الجنة. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala purchased and bought and traded from the believers their lives and their wealth. That Jannah is yours if you don't cheat in the trade. We want to talk about moving from the comfort in order to grow. But before, as I promised, I want to wrap up the title of Why We Worry When Our Children Are Growing. We worry what they will grow into. And the Prophet ﷺ's dream was not in the grown up, but in those are to grow. When he was given the choice to destroy the people of Taif and the people of Makkah, and he said, no, I have hope. Asa an yakhruja min aslabihim man yaqulu la ilaha illallah. Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam is a long-term leader. He does not deal with those in front of him only, but also with those beyond. His vision is very far. And this is a sign of a true leader. The first responsibility of a leader is to define reality. And the last last is to say thank you. Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam defines the reality. And what is that? Find a purpose for your life and live and die for it. And then he said thank you to the Sahaba because they helped him to do the job. He couldn't do it alone. And in between, a leader is a servant. A true leader is someone who will take you up about what? About making others better as a result of his presence and making sure that that impact lasts in their absence. Not a short-term leader who the nation will die by their death, but the nation will live with their legacy. Oh, little one, now do you understand why we say to you, don't grow up? Because some people growing not into Allah, not into Islam, but growing out of Islam. But as a kid, we remember you when you were little, when you are 5, when you are 10, and so on. But what you are growing into. And the way the poet said it, فهمت الآن يا ولدي لماذا قلت لا تكبر؟ فهمت الآن يا ولدي لماذا قلت لا تكبر? Now, oh my son, do you understand why I told you don't grow up? Don't grow into time? فمصر لم تعد مصرا وتونس لم تعد خضرا وبغداد هي الأخرى تذوق خيانة العسكر. وإن تحكي عن الأقصى فإن جراحهم أقسى. بني صهيون تقتلهم وجار يغلق المعبر. وحتى الشام يا ولدي تموت بحسرة أكبر. هنالك لو ترى حلبا فحق الطفل قد سلب وعرض فتاة يغتصب ونصف الشعب في المحجر. صغيري إنني أرجوك لا تكبر ولا تكبر فأمتنا مقسمة وأمتنا ممزقة وكل دقيقة تخسر. صغيري إنني أرجوك لا تكبر ولا تكبر. وحول الجيد مشنقة وفي أحشائها خنجر. هنا سيسي هنا سبسي هنا حوثي هنا حفتر. هنا إيران هنا أمريكا وإسرائيل وابن عمر. هنا عربي يخذلنا ومسلم جاء ينحرنا وإرهابي يفجرنا ولا ندري لما فجر. These words giving a kid don't grow. Because if you grow, you will see things you won't believe. The Prophet ﷺ told the Sahaba, hold on very tight to the Quran and the Sunnah. Nobody else and nothing else. These are the only two references. If you want to survive your faith, Quran and the Sunnah. Read your Quran, understand your Quran, know your Quran, follow your Quran, and die with the Quran on your chest. Read about Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, so you will know what he looked like, how he lived his life, and what was inside him. Hold on to these two, because if you live longer, you will see things you won't believe. Anyone who lives longer, the same way we tell these children, we have seen you grow. We have seen your childhood, the innocent, the clean, the obedient. But you left your mother's arms, and now you are in the arms of someone you are not allowed to touch. You left your mother's home, and now you are in a home in which you should not be. وَلَا تَرْكَنُوا إِلَى الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا فَتَمَسَّكُمُ النَّارِ. Don't feel comfortable to those people who wrong themselves, wrong their life, wrong their prophet, wrong their God. If you do, the same chastisement that will touch them will touch you as well. فَتَمَسَّكُمُ النَّارِ. So, oh little one, we want you to grow. But how a Muslim grows? From the moment you are told, you are valid. From 7 years old, you are trained to stay on the Surat al-Mustaqim. Your father put you there. And your mother put you there, not by words, by action. And they told you, follow me. And you started. When you heard your little footsteps, you did that. But somewhere along the way, you drifted and deviated from the path. فَمَاذَا بَعْدَ الْحَقِّ إِلَّا الضَّلَالِ. There is nothing after the truth for you except falsehood. And there's only one truth, Islam. What about Islam? Do you know it? Did you try it? So far we can say there is no fun in Islam. Do you really know what is fun? It is very important to ask yourself what is important in your life, and then have the courage to build your life on the ground of that answer. Question and answer and build your life on it is very important. But if growth will make my body growing to become food for the worms in my grave, I don't want to grow. If growth will make me become loud and profane on my parents, I don't want to grow. If growth will keep me away from Sirat al-Mustaqim, I don't want to grow. But the reality is that our ummah is divided, cut apart, many divisions. These days, we live in the days when a man fulfilled his destiny. And who is that? The grandson of the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, Al-Hussein. But look what we do today, some of our so-called Muslims. What we do in his name. He never wanted us to do anything in his name. But some of us, we don't say labbaik Allahumma labbaik anymore. We say labbaik ya Hussein. And Allah says, say labbaik Allahumma labbaik in his name. Who stood up for what is right, who was on the Sirat al-Mustaqim, followed the Quran and the Sunnah. In his name we shamed him, doing things we won't believe, and making his father a creator, someone who knows the right. And Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam himself said, قُلْ لَوْ كُنْتُ أَعْلَمُ الْغَيْبِ لَاسْتَكْثَرْتُ مِنَ الْخَيْرِ وَمَا مَسَّنِيَ السُّوءُ. If only I knew the unseen, what is there for me in the hidden store of the destiny, harm will never touch me. I will avoid it because I know it is coming, but I don't know. If Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam did not know, will his student Ali know, or Hassan or Hussein? The victims of faith, Isa alayhi salam, is a victim of love. Hussein alayhi salam, victim of love. Why we say Hussein alayhi salam? Because we are told to give salat and salam to the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam and his family. We say Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. So we can say Hussein alayhi salam, Hassan alayhi, and so on. And we have nothing to do with this name or that name. I'm a Muslim the way Al-Hussein was. I'm a Muslim the way Ali bin Abi Talib was. And his Islam made him well together with Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, and his time, because he was a Muslim. He was not a reference for Islam, but he followed the reference for Islam. Anyway, صغيري إنني أرجوك لا تكبر ولا تكبر فأمتنا ممزقة وأمتنا مقسمة وكل دقيقة تخسر. Look what is happening in Gaza now. And by the way, if we say, as I just read a few days ago, من كان يظن أن غزة تنزف فقد أساء الظن ولكن غزة تتبرأ بدمها لأمة أصبحت بلا دم. If you think Gaza is bleeding to death, you are wrong, and your thoughts are wrong. Gaza is donating its blood to a nation that have no more blood. If there was a blood, they wouldn't be bleeding for the last 80 years. And 1.5 billion people are praying to Allah to send Tayran Ababil on 8 million people. If this Tayran Ababil comes, they will aim us and destroy us, and maybe leave these 8 million Zionists who are eating from our flesh every day, and we're closing the borders on their face. This is the musibah. The Palestinian woman carries her child twice, once in her womb, and second in her arms to the grave. This is what is happening to our ummah. Yet, we have the time to rejoice and party and think. Yet, we don't remember what one of the Israeli Prime Minister said long time ago, Golda Zuhaimer, something like that, her name. Only when you see the Muslims in Fajr Salat, like Jum'ah Salat, then they can talk about the victory. But as long our wedding parties, we cannot find a car park, birthday parties, no car park, full and crowded, and we come to Islamic Center for a wedding, and when Adhan is said, you see people living in the center. Hayya ala nikah, yes. Hayya ala salah, no. It is very hard for us to get our dua accepted. But as long we have, I told you last Friday, when I'm waking up a little girl in year 7 to recite 5 ayah, because I give them the minimum. You have to recite to me out of the 6,236 ayah of the Quran, 1 ayah a day. Leave the weekends out. So read to me 5 ayah. And I woke up that girl, how come you sleep in the Quran class? Trying to avoid reading the 5 ayah, and her answer shocked me. Sorry, Brother Adam, because every night I'm Hafiz already, and every day I have to read from my heart 20 pages to Sheikh Adam. So I have to wake up from 4 o'clock and revise until Fajr, and then I come to school. These people can free Al-Aqsa. And then when I came to the mosque that Friday to lead the Salat, that was a girl in Islamic school who made the Adhan last Friday, a boy not in the Islamic school, again Hafiz Quran. We have these two people among us, and there are many on the way coming. So we will sit, inshallah, and look at the beautiful new sunrise of Islam. The way the Prophet ﷺ said, "Asa an yakhruja min asradihim man yaqulu la ilaha illallah." Maybe from our backbones, someone will rise who will give a hope again to this ummah, and then our promised paradise will not be lost anymore. We will find our lost paradise. بارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن الحكيم وجعلنا وإياكم من الذين يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله ثم الحمد لله. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. عباد الله، قال تعالى: إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم انتصر للمجاهدين في غزة وفي كل بلاد المسلمين، وعليك بالطغاة الظالمين المعتدين فإنهم لا يعجزونك يا حي يا قيوم. رحماك ربنا بالأطفال اليتامى والشباب الحيارى والنساء الثكالى، لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله يا حي يا قيوم. برحمتك نستغيث، أصلح لنا شأننا كله ولا تكلنا إلى أنفسنا طرفة عين ولا أقل من ذلك. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. A door of charity is open. Brothers from Melbourne came here trying to build a masjid, inshallah. Another door for us. You can put a legacy in that. This place will look generation for years. You never know. Masjids live forever. I want my block to be part of that masjid. We all have this opportunity. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم أحسن ختامنا وأخرجنا من الدنيا مسلمين وأقم الصلاة.